Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the TV6 Digital Desk live stream. My name is Molly Birch, and I'll be taking you through a recap of today's headlines. This stream runs every night starting at 8/7 Central Time from Sunday to Thursday. Feel free to comment or ask any questions you have in the chat as you feel like it. I'll do my best to answer those questions as we go and after the stream as well. You can also find us streaming on Facebook or YouTube, whichever platform you prefer. With all that business out of the way, let's take a look at our first story for tonight. We have new developments in a murder in a Houghton bar. The date for a potential waiver hearing has been set in the case against a former Houghton County attorney. Evan Dixon is charged with first-degree murder for the fatal shooting of 53-year-old Theron Duncan, at the Douglas House Saloon bathroom last November. Dixon appeared today for a review hearing on Zoom with Gogebic County District Court Judge Anna Talaska. This comes after he was ruled as competent to stand trial last month. During today's hearing, both the prosecution and defense agreed to begin plea negotiations.
Assuming that plea negotiations are potentially successful, it sounds like there may be an agreement to waive the preliminary examination.
Dixon's preliminary exam is scheduled for August 16th. If a deal is made, the waiver hearing would instead take place August 14th in Houghton. In the case of a waiver hearing, he would not proceed to trial. An Indecision 2024 coverage. Michigan U.S. Senate candidate Mike Rogers spoke at the Republican National Convention tonight just a few moments ago. The RNC's theme tonight is Make America Safe Again, taking on new significance after the attempted assassination of the former president. Before his speech, Rogers told TV6 he'd speak about how Republicans plan to unite people to solve big issues facing the country today.
It's solutions that we are going to deliver for people who are hoping things get a little better in their lives here pretty soon. We're going to bring relief to that. We're going to watch their back as they're getting their kids to school and trying to go to work and earn a living and do better for their family. We're exactly the party that's going to fix those problems for them.
Michigan Democratic Party spokesperson Sam Chan has a different view. In a press release, Chan said Rogers is only looking for after himself and, quote, can't run away from his long record of enriching himself at Michiganders' expense and supporting dangerous abortion bans. And former President Trump will visit Lower Michigan this weekend. Trump will be joined by his newly announced vice presidential pick, J.D. Vance. Trump and Vance are expected to speak at Van Andel Arena in Grand Rapids at 5 on Saturday evening, This is Trump's first rally since he faced an assassination attempt. The Michigan rally is scheduled for exactly 1 week after that Pennsylvania rally. Trump's ear was injured when a 20-year-old opened fire from a rooftop near where Trump was speaking. The demolition and development of the old hospital site in Marquette is nearing another major milestone. The NMU Foundation is in the process of selling the site on College Avenue to the Viridia Group. The NMU Foundation CEO says the next step is transferring the Brownfield Authority to the developer. The Marquette Brownfield Redevelopment Authority will make a decision about the transfer tomorrow.
The process with the Redevelopment Authority has been, assiduously worked out, including the first time when it was
Looks like my videos are being just a little funny there, but that's all right. We'll just skip right on to our next story. And that one is our headline story tonight. It is Atomic Veterans Day today. It's a day that honors members of the armed forces who participated in nuclear tests between the 1940s and 1960s. For years, they were forced to remain silent. TV6's Brady Meyer spoke with one UP veteran to learn his story and why this day matters to him.
July 16th holds a special meeting for U.S. Army veteran Bill Lundeen.
I don't think people even know about atomic veterans. It seems like you explain what it is to them, and people don't just understand.
The Escanaba native is now 86 years old. Decades ago, in just his 20s, he was engaged in the nuclear testing of 10 atomic bombs on Bikini Atoll, a coral reef in the Marshall Islands.
It was quite an experience, that one, especially when I was in the tent watching them arm that bomb. That was really interesting. I didn't know what they were doing, but I knew what they were doing, but I didn't know the process.
Lundeen says the testing exposed veterans like himself to radioactive materials for 6 months.
Ever since then, I've had ear problems. And the doctor there, like I say, told me, well, it would go away eventually, you know. It doesn't matter, but it never has.
That deserves recognition in the eyes of Michigan's Director of Veteran Affairs.
Affect those troops adversely, affected their families as well. Making sure that veterans, whether they're exposed to, whether it's atomic energy or any type of foreign toxins, that they are able to get the resources that they've earned.
For several decades, those troops were sworn to secrecy about the specifics.
They're kind of like the silent service of the atomic age, and so they really sacrificed themselves.
Now, as one of the few remaining Michiganders who experienced the testing firsthand, Lundin is finally getting to share his story.
Knowing how much damage the bomb did at Hiroshima and Nagasaki, they don't quite understand how you can have something 3 times bigger than that and be 3/4 of a mile from it. It can't be real, you know, but it was real.
Brady Meyer, TV6 News, Escanaba.
Thank you, Brady. Finally tonight on the TV6 Digital Desk live stream, Hanley Field in Alger County now has a new addition to its airport. On Saturday, the field showcased its new pilot's lounge during a kids flying event. The small space has a bathroom, refrigerator, Wi-Fi, and a cooling and heating system. Local aviation enthusiasts say the Recreational Aviation Foundation gave the county close to $50,000 in a grant to build this space. A Recreational Aviation Foundation board member says the lounge could attract more pilots to fly to Hanley. He says that might create similar aviation events and opportunities for kids.
I've been coming here for 24 or 25 years, but you land here and there wasn't any amenities for you, right? So this pilot lounge or pilot area provides a restroom and provides the things that a pilot might be looking for. And then on top of it, there's a courtesy car here to get to go on the boat tours,
Board members
or to go
also say the
kayaking, or to
airport
do
and
all
members
that
of the
stuff.
community are hoping to add more things to the field in the future. And that's all the stories we have for you tonight. Be sure to tune in tomorrow morning at 8:45 a.m. Eastern Time. TV6's Mandy Koskela and Michael Sobek will be recapping top stories from the morning on their show Beyond Your Morning News. I'll see you again tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Time with a recap of Wednesday's headlines in the evening. That'll be on Facebook or YouTube, whichever platform you would prefer. Until next time, I'm Molly Birch, and thanks again for joining me live at the TV6 Digital Desk. Have a great rest of your night.